Hold on, baby. I got you. Who's Eduardo that texts you with the eggplant emoji?
What? Welcome to the show with DeMarco and Kayla. Deep dive into life twists, see you later. We got questions, got thoughts, no hesitation. Why we like this now is your destination. Pop culture, trends to daily grind hustle. Breaking it down, talking truth, no muzzle. You feel lost, sometimes we gonna navigate. Letting you know it's never too late. Why are we like this now? Gonna figure it out with a pow. DeMarco and Kayla taking the bow. Join us on the journey, we'll show you how.
It's like whenever the countdown happens, we don't know how to start, right?
I know, so I start like doing all this, like setting up straight and trying to be
Like
on
we're talking regular, the countdown goes and we're all. What's going on, y'all? It's Marco, aka DeMarco. This is my lovely co-host Kayla, and this is Why We Like This Now podcast, and this is episode number 10. Yeah. You were
Quite a
supposed to
dance you
celebrate too.
did that.
I know you were
You were
supposed
like,
to celebrate
that was
too.
so
Now you made me look like, oh, I'm like, oh, yeah, celebrating by myself. Celebrate by myself over here.
Yay, double
Ah.
digits.
But we're here. We made it. It's another week of just whatever. How was your weekend?
Long and tiring. I've been studying for this test, this like insurance exam for the state of California, and I'm like so over it. Like it's like a lot. It's like 20 chapters and all this bullshit that I don't want to do. But I want to do the job so bad. So gotta do the work. Gotta do the hustle.
More pizza?
Yeah, I had pizza. My loneliness and pizza and drinks.
I know. I feel like I've just been like doing things and going out, and you haven't, and I'm just like,
Mm.
now I feel like that guy that just does too much, and I'm just like, need to sit my ass down. But it's funny because whenever I'm here, I feel like I don't do anything. Like I'm just like I feel like a loser. I'm just like. But whenever you work from home, that's how you feel. Like when you work from home, you're just like, I gotta get out of here. Like this is like it's like a cabin fever. Like whenever you get home from work or whenever you leave work, and you're like, man, I can't wait to get home. But whenever
Yeah.
you're home, you're like, I gotta go somewhere. I gotta get the hell out of here. You know what I mean?
That's how I
So
was for a long time, but I think I just partied myself out. And because I'm old, I'm just like, okay, like this is enough for me. So I took some time
mm,
off from it. So now I think that's just what I'm doing, just trying to focus on like getting myself right. But I don't know, I might do something this weekend because I don't think I can stay in another weekend.
see, and I'm trying to stay in. I did a whole lot this weekend, so I'm just like, well, first of all, isn't it weird how like life is sports? Like I feel like football hasn't been doing anything. The
Hmm.
NCAA thing is done.
Yeah.
Basketball had like one or two games that really mattered about the playoffs, and they really didn't. So it's kind of like we don't do shit. Life is about sports, and without it, it's boring. Life is boring without sports.
It
So
really
what do
is.
you do? What do you do when you're bored? You get drunk. That's what you do.
I know. I should go to a Dodgers game or something. That would be fun
For what?
to have
For
fun.
one of them hot dogs. Yeah, boomstick.
Oh
Boom.
yeah, like the footlongs, the biggies.
And I haven't had a hot dog in a long time, and I used to love like it's funny like I have this whole post where it's like the way like guys used to eat hot dogs before the internet made it
Oh,
weird to eat hot dogs.
yeah. No, I make them really good. I
Oh
make them with like bacon on them. I think I've told you that before.
yeah,
Bacon and bacon
that's the
wrap.
Mexican hot dogs. You
Yeah,
wrap them with
no
the
bomb.
bacon, and yeah, that's what you do. So.
Yeah, I do.
Uh-huh. But I didn't do anything. I mean, a whole lot, I guess. I
Oh,
mean, I
sorry, I
did,
meant to
but I
ask you.
didn't. That's okay.
Talking about myself here
We're
forever.
talking about it the same. I knew what I knew it was my turn.
It was your turn.
No, but I like on Friday I just went to the gym. Like I didn't do anything. I was just like I don't know, I've had this like I don't know, once you start getting older, like as a man you're like, okay, like this is coming up, so you have to you know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
I've made my goal like to run, so like I'm gonna run 50 miles a week and try to make it at 50 miles a week. Didn't
Hmm.
realize how much that really is, but it's averages a little over 7 miles a day. So
Yeah.
so I kind of just warmed up to it because it was gonna start today. So like I warmed up to it because I had started Wednesday, and I did run. I think it was right below 40. It was like 38 miles. So I was like, it's not too bad, not too
Hmm.
bad. And then that's went to the gym on Friday, and that's really it. And then on Saturday I have had a friend that she never goes out, she never does anything. She just out of nowhere calls me and is just like, "Hey, my cousin wants me to go out, and I want you to go." But she never drinks, she never does anything. So I'm just like, "We're gonna go. You're gonna be bored, and then I'm gonna end up leaving early, and then I'm gonna end up going somewhere." So we go to this club, and it was just like it was so funny because I got pictures of it. Like it was like a 55 plus club. Like everybody in that mug was at least 55 years or older. And you knew it was a old club because they closed 30 minutes earlier than any other bar around. Like they closed at 1:30.
Oh,
But
yeah.
everybody was having a good time. It was a good it's a good people watching experience.
Hmm.
And as soon as we got there, she started taking shots. So we started taking shots. And then I invited another homeboy that like and we all just had a good time, people watching, and then we went to the strip club after that to like a little after hour spot. Like it's a little after hour spot, like but it's funny because I didn't drink a whole lot, but like a lot of people like whenever we were at the first spot, not everybody finished their drinks and they're like, "Oh, y'all gotta drink them up." And then Marco's like, "Okay, y'all just chugged everybody's drink." Then I did it again when we went to the strip club. Went to the strip club because after 2 o'clock, it was open till 4, but after 2 o'clock they stopped selling liquor, so everybody had
Oh, yeah.
bought drinks. So I get there, and they're like, "Oh, y'all have to drink them up," and they just all like pass their beers, and so here I am, one gin and
Wow.
tonic, one Angry Orchard, one Miller Lite, one, and I'm just like,
Like double fisting over there.
but it's like
Sounds
I
fun
think
though.
I think whenever you go to the strip club, it's like a two day like I think but the strip club culture over here is different than other places. Like
Hmm.
like it's a place to go and just chill. Like it's like a chill ass place. I think the after hours ones are a little bit more wild, but like it's just a place where you go. Like you go chop it up with your homies. You know what I mean. And so like, but whenever you go with a female, like I feel like a female has a different experience. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah, we
they
do.
exactly. So like I get there and she didn't do no dancing or nothing like that, like other females do. But like, I guess she had some money and she just like bought my friend a dance, and then she just playing a joke and bought me a dance, and I'm just like, I've never really even had a dance. I'm just like, I feel fucking awkward. I'm just like,
Really?
yeah, like
Oh my
I'm
God.
not
I've
into
met
that shit.
so
Now
many.
I'm into like having the vibe around me. Like if something's going down,
Oh.
like you know what I'm saying. I'm okay with you stripping and being naked and stuff like that. But I've never had the actual like get on me and
Mm.
you know what I mean. Like she was even having to grab my hand, and I'm just like, I, I just I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I just don't do it.
in some
So
places you can't touch them. In some places you can. So they'll kind of like guide you to let you know if you can or not. And because I've been to strip clubs in almost every state that I've been in, and that's a lot. It's a lot of strip
yeah,
clubs I've been to, and like I always have like a different kind of fun because I'm usually
right.
with a bunch of guys, obviously, because
What? Because there are some places here that you actually, as a female, can't go. You have to have a male escort. Like you have to have a man go in. You
yeah,
can't go to a strip club. And I don't know if it's because they think you're gonna fight or they think you. I don't know what they're gonna do. But there's a lot of places that the rule is that you can't go in. So I would say that I'm kind of like a. I'm not gonna say a connoisseur, but I like. I mean, same thing. Like if I go somewhere, I like to see. I like to see the atmosphere. I like to see the. What I'm saying, the aesthetics, everything. What I'm
yeah,
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like I like to just sit down, have a beer, chill. Sometimes they have like some other like sports on and stuff while you're there. Cause I'm not. That's the thing is that like I feel like some girls will get mad like if your man goes to the strip club, and it's kind of like one of those things that I'm just like I don't actually. Now the waitresses and stuff I might hit on. The strippers I'm just like. I mean, I guess I have to take a little bit back because I have been with a couple of strippers in my life, so I was gonna say, oh, you're not gonna cheat on with the strippers, but I guess I gotta kind of take that back. But that's not what I've gone for. Do you know what I mean? I feel
yeah.
like I just feel like whenever that happens, is it's like it's not just because it's a stripper. It's because like when you have, I don't want to say that I like cocky and shit, but when you have game, and you're talking, and you kind of just that happens. But as far as the strip club goes, that's why I've never gone there. Be like, oh yeah, let's go look for some bitches, or you know what I'm saying, let's go get some women and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think it's a pickup place
that's
type of.
it's not like that's what I'm saying. It's very rare that you're gonna go in there and no, it's like yeah, you're gonna have a good conversation. Sometimes they'll come sit with you because they're like, they're almost like little puppies. You know what I mean? Like they sit there and
Mhm.
they're just like they're like watching your conversation. They're like, are you gonna ask me to dance? Like they're just sitting there.
Yeah,
Like I'm like because they're all trying to act like they're into whatever the fuck you're talking to when you know that they're not into it. I'm just
and
like
they don't even know what you're talking about
yeah,
half the time
yeah.
either. They don't care.
So
Yeah, no, I've been to so many, and I usually like I'm chill at first. Well, depending on where I went beforehand, because if I'm drunk, that's it. I'm already at that point where I'm like dancing myself, and then they're all over me, and then it's crazy.
but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like different girls have different things, and I think that's what like sometimes in girls' heads, like that happens. It's just kind of like that's what you want to do. You want to go. You want to have fun, and
Yeah,
maybe you know go wild for a night, and you're just like,
yeah,
oh, okay, that was fun. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
like, I mean, when you go with a girl, I mean, I guess that happens too. You know what I mean? And so like, but like whenever you go with your homies, like it's just a bunch of dudes. Like you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
although you do have that one friend that's always like, oh,
Oh yeah,
she was all
that's
over me. And like,
yeah.
dude, that's her fucking job, bro.
That's the lover boy that thinks that every girl is gonna fall in love with him because she's dancing all over him and she put her boobs on him or something. But it's like, dude, that's her job. She's just
that's
trying to get some money.
that's her job. That's actually what she's supposed to do. I can take you away from all this. His income tax check dropped. I can take you away from all this.
Wow.
You're better than this.
Yeah.
But
Those are the
yeah,
ones that stay till the end of the night trying to talk to strippers about life.
but yeah, but other than that, I mean, I did that, and then after drinking that, like I said, I didn't drink that much, but so running and then drinking like that and chugging was kind of like oh, so that like yesterday I was a little dehydrated, and I went to go have brunch with my daughter, my oldest, and kind of just chill. And I did run a little bit yesterday, but then there was this comedy show that was down the street. Last minute I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I was like, I text you like, hey, do you think I should go? Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
I was like,
it was like
go.
it was just like 10 minutes before. It was only like around the corner. So when it was Alfred Robles, the he wears a cowboy hat and he
I
has
love
like all
him.
the singles and they go up there. I didn't realize I don't know. I like I said, whenever I drink, sometimes like whenever I drink a lot, like especially if it's liquor, like that next day, I'm kind of just like I don't want to say depressed. We don't say the D word around here, but I don't want to say
No.
that. But it's kind of like it's a depressant. So like the next day,
Yeah.
I just kind of feel like just down, like you just feel tired or just like you know
Mhm.
what I mean. So like I feel like the show was really good. Like the show was good. Like I feel like going there anytime I go to any show, I nerd it out. You know what I mean? Instead
Mhm.
of like enjoying the show all the way, I'm just like, oh, that's how he does that. You know what I mean? Or like I look at the techniques and I'm like, oh, okay, so this person was this, and this is the way he did this, and this is how he did the crowd control. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And
I do
so
that a lot too, unless I'm drinking a lot. That's why I try to drink a lot because then I have more fun, like paying attention to like everything, like the actual like comedy in the show rather than like thinking about the mechanics of it.
yeah, and I realized how many I put it on my story today. I realized how many tortas were in the area. I live in a mostly predominantly white neighborhood. I'm not uppity, but it's just like this is just the area. When I moved here, I didn't know where I was moving, so I was here. Like every time I tell somebody, they're like, "Oh, you live over there with the uppity people," and I'm like, "No." But anyways, like I didn't realize there was that many like Mexicans and stuff around us, which was cool. That's another reason why I like going because I was like, "Oh, dang, like there's Mexicans around here," and but like there's a portion of the show whenever he like starts calling singles up there, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't lie, the
They're
girls,
part.
the girls that were up there, they were boy some of the ugliest. I don't want to say that I'm, you know what I mean, the prettiest or whatever. I I just whenever they couldn't get guys to go up there, and I was like, and then the girl, because they sit you with whoever, and there was another girl next to me. She was like, "Go up there," and I'm like, "No." But I started thinking, I was like, "Man, I could have went up there,
Who
spit the
cares?
show. I spit the show and been like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, you know what I mean." But like I said, I think it was because of the drinking the night before that I wasn't in that mood. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, you know what I mean? Like I just kind
Yeah.
of just wasn't feeling it, and I'm just like, I think I would have had more fun had I not drank the night before, or because he had shows all weekend. Like if I would have went first, if I would have went on Saturday night and or Friday, even Friday night. Um, but all in all, like I said, it was a good show. Like I like the way he does the way he does it. He gets everybody involved, ask
Yeah.
questions, and
I
then he
love
has like
that.
singles go up there. He had like this couple, they were having problems, and he had them go up there and switch partners, and had them kissing and shit. But it was a good time.
That's what I like about him because it's like kind of the older comedy where people used to make fun of the audience, and that's kind of like what I grew up watching because now it's mostly just a comedian like kind of like talking to himself the whole time, or not to himself, but like not
Just
like
saying the stories,
incorporating
the
the audience.
storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly storytelling.
Yeah, and I just and no, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's why when I see him so bad, he's like the one I want to see like the most. Like I like need to see him. I think he's gonna be here like in the summer, like in Ontario or something like that. But it's like almost an hour from where I live, so I'm gonna go see him definitely this summer for sure.
Yeah, and that's how I know I've grown up because he wears that cowboy hat, and I'm like, what a fucking poser. Like, there's a part of me that was like, you know what I mean? And I get it; it's part of his whole shtick. But he actually talks about it on there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm from Los Angeles, but if anybody ever tells me I'm from Texas, I always say yes, just because I don't feel like fucking explaining to him that I just like a goddamn cowboy hat." And I'm like, you know what? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I know I've grown up because I'm like, I could have talked some shit, but I was just like, nah, like it's none of my business, or who cares? Do you know what I mean? Do what?
Some of the older Mexicans here do that. They do the boots and the hat and they go out
Like for what though?
because they used to live on ranches in Mexico and then they came here.
And they gentrified. They gentrified.
Yeah, they're like halfway.
Half halfway.
I don't know what you call
I'm
it.
I'm halfway.
I'm halfway Jennifer. I'm halfway turning into American.
But yeah, no. Other than that, like I said, overall good show. And but then another part of me was okay because then like my cousin hit me up and he was drinking and he was just like, "Come on," and I was like, "I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and run, so I'm not gonna go." I was like, I felt like an adult, like a real grown up, like
You're
to say
adulting.
no.
Yeah, Saturday's the only day I'll do anything, and I haven't done anything on a Saturday for so long. Like, it's been months.
Yeah. Which goes along with this first video that I wanted to show because I wanted to know your opinion about it because it's like going to a show by yourself without your significant other. So I want to know what you think on this one here. So let me get it. Let me get it pulled up here.
See my cheers. What you say, says yes, no, you feeling well tonight? You feeling great tonight? Well, can I make you feel better? It's her birthday. You retired? You flew? You from Chicago to be here tonight? And this is a story because you retired. You certainly smart. You deserve something. Look at me. Happy retirement, baby.
All right. So, according to her husband, well, now ex-husband or future ex-husband, he
Mm-hmm.
saw that video and says that his wife was always embarrassed to kiss him in public, and now he saw this video and was like, okay, well, I've been together with you for so many years. I think I read either 7 years, or I think it was 7 years that they were together. um you've been embarrassed, but the first time you go to see Usher, now this is going to be,
Crazy
do you,
work.
King? Do you, King?
Yeah.
Stand on motherfucking business. What do you
Yeah.
think? You think what she did was wrong?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, you're at a concert, you're trying to have fun and stuff, but like, that went a little far. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm just not like, I don't want to touch another man. I don't want to be that close to another man, like, if I'm with someone. And I couldn't imagine cheating. Like, I'm one of those that I could never, ever cheat. And I feel like even that is just like a little too far. And I get it, you're at a concert, but at the same time, you still have someone that you're with, you know?
She didn't cheat though.
I know, but it seems like it feels like it. And I think that's why he,
I think it was the way that she kind of like looked like she was begging for them fucking cherries in her mouth.
yeah,
That was wild work. Like
it
the
was.
first was
That's
like
what I'm
talk, it
saying.
was like kind of close. It was like okay,
Yeah.
and then the cherries part was kind of wild work. You know what's crazy? I feel like we've gone to the age to where like back in the day, before cell phones, before social media, we could say like, hey, I have a crush on Pamela Anderson,
Hmm.
somebody famous. Do you know what I mean?
That was everybody else.
And if you were with somebody and y'all had that conversation, do you know what I mean? It was almost
Hmm.
like, hey, if you had that hall pass, who would it be? Do you know what I mean? And back then you could say it, but now I feel like celebrities are in DMs a lot. That like it's real now. Do you know what I mean? So like Usher could have hit her up afterward. I mean, even if he didn't, like we both agree, like, dang, that was wild work. I don't know if it was worth a whole divorce, but hey, you made him look stupid. That's all it was. You made him look dumb. But at the same
And he's
time,
probably
it's
thinking if he's in her, if he ever got in her DMs or got closer to her, she would do it. And I think that's why he wanted the divorce. Not because he feels like, oh, you cheated on me, but he feels like, given the chance, you would do it with someone who was either Usher or similar, maybe. So that's probably
because
why.
I mean, what if that was her bucket list? What if that was her like it wasn't just a whole famous thing. It was like she's been Usher's biggest fan since she was 12. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and most of us were, but it doesn't mean that you have to be all
I can see you doing it.
like she's almost
I can
submissive to
I can
towards
see you doing it. Not with Usher, but if somebody you like, you do it, and you'd be like, "Dang, did I go too far?" Because I really like this person, and I really like the person that I'm with. You get
him.
into this whenever you see a famous person, like I guarantee you, like she saw him and didn't real like was like, oh fuck, it's Usher is like right here and he's singing to me. Like, what
Yeah,
am I
like
supposed to do? It's like that's like the show last night with Alfred. Like there was part where they were like wanting to kiss and the dude was like, I got a girlfriend, and he was like, calling him a pussy, and it's kind of that type of deal. It's like you're at a show, so like go up there. If you're gonna go on stage,
yeah,
you better fucking perform. So like
yeah.
here she is, and she's on there. How is she gonna look if she be like, no, I got a man? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is she supposed to do? What will you do? What would you do in that
Okay, and that puts
position?
it in perspective because I do want to go to the show, but and I do want to do the stage part
And he
too.
was in your DMs telling you to pull up.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's right. He did send me a chat. I was
See,
really
that's
shocked. I was like, "Is this a fake account?" And I look, and it was real. And I'm like, "Oh,
I
okay."
got that DM. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
oh
sent me
damn.
DM.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like you put that in perspective of that way. Yeah, from the outside looking in, we can say that it looked bad. It did, but once that light is shining on you, what are you gonna do? You gonna freeze? Are you gonna have some fun? It's like you were telling me. Oh, who cares if they were big? Go up there, and go
Hmm.
get a lap dance from Miss Fugly Bear. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, no, but at the same time, if I would have went up there, I would have wilded the fuck out because I would have been like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, your
that's what you're
personality.
supposed yeah, that's what you're supposed to do when you go to these shows. Like
Hmm.
so like I didn't even think that I was gonna even put it in perspective to be like I guess I'm playing devil's advocate because like what was she supposed
Yeah.
to do? What would you have done?
Well, I wouldn't have volunteered myself. It looked like she had volunteered herself to go up.
Well, the other girl said it first. The other girl said, "Well, it's
Yeah.
her. Then it's her anniversary or her whatever the fuck she was celebrating." And then that happened, and it was kind of like
I
she was
wouldn't have
like
done the whole
seduced.
cherry thing, but I would have like went closer. That's fine, but I wouldn't have done the whole cherry thing probably if I was married.
'Cause that's wild work. But at the same time, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Like there's like because like at the beginning they were like really close to each other too, and it was kind of
Hmm.
like
Like I thought they were gonna kiss for real.
like I got to think of like Anna de Armas. If she had a show and she was doing something, I was married, I'm definitely kissing her. I'm definitely getting divorced. I think it's worth a divorce.
It depends on
Maybe,
the person.
maybe the cherries is worth a divorce. Maybe she didn't give a fuck about old dude. You know what I'm saying? We're saying it like maybe dude is like he's a victim, and maybe she a victim. Maybe he was a boring motherfucker, or you know
Maybe
what I'm
he already
saying? Like,
cheated. Maybe he's just trying to be the victim. I mean, that happens a lot. I mean, that's happened to me before where I got cheated on and then they made it seem like they were the victim and I'm like, "Wait a second. You had and like they get some people can get you to believe that they're the victim and you fucked up when you didn't even do anything wrong. It's just like they could have come to you and talked to you, but like instead they're like blaming you for all this stuff and I'm like, "Dude, like if you would have just told me or like, I don't know, not cheated." I'm like, I don't know. But
sometimes
I
people
don't know,
don't
but I
care.
am gonna go to the show this summer and I don't know if I'm still gonna be in my situationship
What are you
or
gonna be?
whatever,
What if you're married by
situationship.
the summer? What if you are married by the summertime?
No,
You
never again.
won't have.
But anyway, we'll see what happens then. Because I really do
So
want to go on stage and I don't want to be like one of those, I'm like one of those, really outgoing people. And
boring Betty that you're just
I don't
like,
want to be a boring
stop being a boring bitch,
guy.
bro. Like you don't want to be a boring bitch. Like you're here for a fucking show. I remember whenever I went to my first comedy club, whenever I was like, I think I was like 16 or 17. My mom had like given me permission, and they did like this whole hypnotizing thing. And I remember went up there, and I acted like I
Oh,
was hypnotized. Do you know what I mean? Because what was I gonna do? But like, no, you didn't get me hypnotized. You know what I mean? I was like,
mhm.
no, I acted like I was hypnotized and doing whatever the fuck old dude was saying because it was part of the show, and that's what you go for a good time. You go for the theatrics. You go for
Yeah,
that. So once the light hits you, you gotta shine.
yeah.
And that's what she was doing. She was
Hmm.
juggling them cherry balls.
I don't think it was I don't think she was trying to shine. I think she would like literally like, I don't think she
Oh,
felt
there's
like
no doubt.
anybody was
There's no
around.
doubt that she would have fucked Usher. If she would have probably done it in front of everybody right then and there. Do
Hmm.
you know what I mean? But is it worth it? I mean, Usher's pretty
I don't
big.
know her relationship.
But even if you had the best relationship in the world, like sometimes that celebrity crush is just worth it. She's had the celebrity crush since she was 12. She's only been with old dude for 7 years.
For
You
two
gotta
seconds, no, not to ruin
sometimes
her
sometimes you gotta risk it all.
life for
And
them.
so I mean, think about like all the dudes that cheat with like the ugliest women. You know what I'm saying? This is Usher.
They always
This
do.
is motherfucking Usher. You know what I mean? You didn't even cheat, but at the same time, you made the headlines. You're on the fucking video, juggling these cherry balls. I think it's worth it. I mean, I
I
don't
mean, at
know.
the same time, too, like, I'm surprised because honestly, like, I'm surprised, like, he doesn't, like, um, think it's, like, funny that, like, maybe he thinks she cheated, but, like, with Usher, like, that's a story, you know, like,
Usher does it with
oh,
everybody.
girl do this weekend. Oh, she, like, cheated on me with Usher. Like, what the fuck? I don't even think that I could break up with someone if they told me that.
But Usher also is known for doing this, and he's been doing it in front of even
Yeah.
other big celebrity people. You know what I mean? This is the first time somebody actually, and I think that's why it's like, let me make an example out of somebody because it's not gonna happen to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
It
Yeah,
can
no, I
happen to anybody, fellas. It can happen to anybody.
agree.
Just the way you say that the guys can fuck the ugly big girl for nothing. It's like girls do it too. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Nowadays, girls have no shame. Some of the stories I read, like anonymous stories I read online, like or I hear like listen to online, it's women doing the dirtiest shit, but they're cheating. They're all cheating nowadays.
Which is why we're single. Which is why we like this now. That's
Yeah,
what
I like that.
that's what it is.
That's what it is, for sure.
Let's go to the next one here. So this is along the lines of the same type of deal we were just talking about. It's just saying that like the one on the red on the side over here, that's the man. So she's like I guess famous on Instagram or TikTok or something. I don't know who it is, but it's just that. The guy on the other side in the blue saw her, recognized her, and said, "Hey, can I take a picture?" So the dude took a picture. That disrespected our relationship, taking the picture with the man. When we got back to our room, he packed the stuff and left. I've been stranded in Florida for 2 days because I have no money to get back to Atlanta. What do you think about that picture?
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do what?
I would not take a picture in a bikini or with like, because I mean, it's not just a bikini. It's like she
What if
really
you're
has.
famous though? What if you're famous and you're on the beach? Like you're just on the beach and somebody's like, "Hey, can I take a picture?"
Well, then I wouldn't be stranded because I would have money to get home.
Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're rich. Just because you're
Well,
famous doesn't mean you're rich.
I'll at least have enough money to get home. I
Go on.
won't be
Hey, you make a
broke.
valid point though. Make a valid point. Like going on vacation with no money is wild and crazy work. Like you were just
Yeah.
dealing with that. But that goes to show you that I've heard of people that have, millions of followers that are still broke. So like I said, I don't know who this girl is. Now, um I don't have a problem with it. If I'm with my girl, I'm secure enough to know that if we're on the beach and somebody wants to take a picture with her, my girl is sexy, I go ahead and take the picture. What's wild work to me is the way that she has her hand on his chest.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me. Like it has nothing to do with the bikini. The way she's hugging him is the same way she's hugging her dude.
Well, and that's why I didn't finish.
Oh,
But I
okay.
was saying that not only does she not have barely have any clothes on, because like that bikini is like very small, but she's also like hugging him like super close. It's not like that whole like hands out, like I'm gonna hug you, booty out, like we're just friends or just don't know each other or whatever. It's she's like hugged in close, and
And,
I don't do that.
right. And I feel like certain things need to happen. I feel like when you're famous, women love attention. Somebody recognized me on the beach, and she's not even like a famous like person. She's just like from Instagram. It's kind of like somebody recognized me. Like, of course I'm gonna take a picture. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But there's also things that could be done. Like, hey, I'm not taking pictures because I'm with my man for free. So if you Zelle me $50, I'll take the picture. Something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just saying like, hey, yeah, I'm okay with taking a picture. You see, I'm with my man or whatever. But like I said, I'm fucking standing here with my fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not gonna be
Hmm.
all hugged up but that's what I feel like. I feel like women love attention.
Hmm.
She's one of those women that really love a lot of attention. That somebody recognized her, so it's kind of like, oh shit, I'm not gonna say no. That's money. Like he knows me. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt good. It felt good.
Yeah. She was just a
But
little close. I don't know. It just
but
not. I
it
could.
was. But was it enough to be to leave her stranded though?
No, I don't see myself ever making someone stranded either. I think I'm just too good of a person. I mean, well, I feel like that's kind of like a bad person type of move. Like, I wouldn't do that. That's fucked up. But like, even know how mad I was, like, even if my man slept with someone else, I still wouldn't leave him stranded because I just would feel bad.
He's gonna be
Maybe
standing
for a
there like
little
shit.
bit to teach him a lesson, but then later.
She was standing in that hotel like Will Smith at the end of Fresh Prince of Bel Air when everybody's gone and he
Oh
has his
yeah, and
hand
he's
in his
like looking
pocket
around.
and he's all
Oh,
looking
that's like the
around.
saddest part ever.
That was her. That was
Yeah.
her in the at the hotel. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't see anything wrong with taking the picture in the bikini. I don't see anything wrong with it. But the hug is what I see wrong with. It's kind of like, bro, like what are you gonna do? Like, no, wait till I put something on. Like, no, you're on the beach. You're gonna be wearing a bikini. It's not like you put on your bikini so you can take the picture. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's what I think. I don't know. Let's go to this next one.
You ain't got no money now, so what are we gonna do later? What I'm about to say is gonna piss some people off, but let's get into it. Real men take women on dates, dinner dates. They make an effort, they try, they pick a place, they go through the whole courting process. Boys will ask you to go for drinks or coffee because they're low effort and they're on a budget. And it's a low budget because they're trying to meet as many girls as they can without spending a lot of money. But high quality men who recognize high quality women and the effort that they take into getting ready for a nice date, that they will take you somewhere nice. If you're on a budget, you shouldn't be dating. Okay, get yourself together so that you're no longer on a budget before you bring anybody else into your bullshit. Doesn't that just make sense? Like, you ain't got no money now, well, what are we gonna do later?
I just feel like we keep coming back to that same thing. Like, like I said it, like I put on that thing that said, like, stop trying to hide prostitution with I don't date broke men. State your price and tell me what it is. I, I don't know. What do you think first?
Wow. Okay. So I have dated a lot in the past year. Like I've been on, I think like 3 or 4 dating apps, like all kinds of shit. Some of the people that watch this have been on dates with me or seen me or whatever. But I honestly prefer to go like to like a sports bar and grill or even like a coffee date or something like that. I prefer it only because I feel like I'm there to get to know you um better. So I feel like sometimes when you go to like a bougie restaurant and stuff, it's kind of like it's awkward to talk about things that are important to you that may not fit the aesthetics of the place that you're in. Like when you're in a bar and grill, it's more chill. You're more like able to like be open and just kind of like talk if you want or not, or, pick up where you're coming from, like watch sports if you like sports and like talk about that, just stuff like that. I feel like a bougie restaurant is kind of more of like someone that you're already with and that you like taking them on a special date or something because you've been on like an anniversary or something like that. But I'm also not really into those kind of dates.
Because it feels fake.
Yeah.
It feels like you're putting on a show. When you go to these like expensive places and you're gonna go like, it feels like you're putting on a show, and this is not how it's gonna be all the time. And if it is gonna be all the time, then this is not the girl you want because that's all she wants is that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although the reason why I don't date is because I feel like I'm not stable enough. Now, I don't want you to think that it's because I'm broke. It's not about money per se. It's about being stable. Like, I just feel like since I've moved, I haven't really wanted to date because I feel like I like so much crazy stuff is happening around me that like why am I just gonna add another I posted this one time and it said being in a relationship means solving problems together.
Yeah.
Problems you wouldn't have if you were single. So it's like, why am I gonna put her problems on my plate as well? Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that as a selfish thing. I'm saying like I don't want to put my shit on her plate either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I, as a man, I guess it's an ego thing, but I'm like no, I want to. And who knows if I'll ever be stable? So that's another thing. Is like okay, whatever. I can say that some of the best relationships I had, even with my mom, my own mom, like the best like times that I've ever had was whenever I had the least money and we struggled. I remember being, and my oldest will tell you, like her bedroom was she was sleeping on the couch. Her bedroom was like a closet, and we had a 1 bedroom apartment, and and some of the best times in her life all stem back from whenever we were broke and we had to struggle and we had to go pick out movies at Hastings and like those are the things that she remembers. She remembers, oh man, I remember we didn't have this and we had to do it this way and you were cooking and this was funny. You know what I mean? Instead of saying like, I remember when we went to that bougie ass restaurant and we like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like those were the best of times.
Some of
On
my
top of that,
most
so
like fondest memories are when we were broke. Like, I mean, I was poor growing up, like really poor. Like to the point where we pretty much lived in someone's basement and we all kind of lived in the same room, except for it was like separated by like a blanket or like one of those like accordion kind of like separators. But it's like those are the memories I remember the most, like playing cards with my brothers and sisters or running around outside or being on bikes and all that stuff, not when my parents got a little more money and then things were better, like there wasn't really anything going on. You just watch TV, you didn't really do anything. It is what it is. But yeah, you're 100% right. Like, and I think that's why when I was okay, so like I guess there's a difference between actually dating for like love and dating just because you want to. And when I separated from my ex, I started dating right away, like right away, because I was just like over it. I was over him. I was over everything. But I wasn't looking for love. So I was just dating around, just seeing what was out there, whatever. And like, I just didn't even really like any of the people that I went on dates with. And it was just like the whole like trying to get to know them. It was just like, I don't know. I just felt like people were on their phones or they were just so interested in everything else. And it also could have been me too, like just not interested in like looking for something like more, you know? But I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's exactly what it is though. You went on dates not because you want, it's because you thought you wanted to date. It's like
Yeah, but I knew
it's
I
like
wasn't
the
stable enough as well. Like
right.
literally in my life, I'm still not there yet, but I do want to find like someone to love me. I want to
That's
be loved.
it was like that dog that's locked up and you open the door and it takes off running and then
Yeah.
it kind of realizes like fuck, I need to go back home. What the hell am I doing? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I wanted to leave. You know what I mean? And so that's what kind of is. But that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like I said, I do agree with her with that. But the problem is that like when it comes to these other places that she's dissing, I feel like you can be courted. You can be courted at a bar and grill, at a drink place. I'm still gonna open the door for you. I'm still gonna pick you up. I'm still gonna pay for all this. Like I said last time, I feel like doing like the drinks. I think she's projecting. I feel like she has had a lot of the whole man versus women on social media type of shit. Like, excuse me, saying, oh, they just go to coffee so they can meet as many women as they want to. Lady, if I didn't have no money, why would I want to meet so many women? And on
Yeah,
top of that,
that's what I was thinking too.
it's like women are all, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as a guy wants to be a player, like, I don't think there's a guy that would not agree with me that having so many women in your life is a fucking hassle and it's stressful. You're just like, I don't want to have to deal with that shit. Now, she act like women don't want to date a lot of dudes too to try to figure it out. That's what you do. That's what dating is. Dating is
Yeah,
trying to figure out this
date a
women,
bunch of
you know what I'm
people.
saying? So like a Starbucks date, it's like an appetizer. Let's get to know each other for just a
Yeah,
little bit, just little things there. Okay, you know what? You know, because if I take you to a fucking gourmet meal and a bougie ass place, I'm expect to fuck. We fucking after this. I just spent $250 on fucking meals and drinks. We fucking. If not, don't. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But you know what I'm saying. But if we go to having coffee and shit, like we're having a nice conversation, we did all this. I don't expect. I don't expect fucking after fucking $14 worth of fucking shit. You know what I mean? So it's
hmm
like, and I don't want to say it that way because it sounds kind of misogynistic, but it's true. Like like what kind of dude is gonna want to pay that much without, you know what I'm saying? Like without something in return.
yeah.
It's kind of like, oh man, no matter how much money I got, I don't want to spend $250 to find out that you were just a fucking weirdo or fucking some, I never want to do this again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
cause like, yeah, but you and I can both agree that the best times that we had, besides of being poor, are at these rinky dink places. Like we have like, bar and grill. Let's have a fucking beer, watch some sports. Oh hey, who do you like? Do you know what I'm saying? You go to these bougie places, yeah, no. This is the places that I'm gonna take you that like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you to be with me. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Like
But I think she's at the
it's
same
like a
time, she's a different kind of girl than me. Because if a guy proposed to me like at a freaking basketball game that I liked, maybe a Celtics game or a football game that was fun, that would be like the most amazing like moment of my life. But like if someone did that to her, she'd probably say no because she'd be like, "What the fuck at a
and
game?"
and I feel like I did that one time too. It was kind of amazing. I don't want to say what happened or what happened, but anyways, I feel like she's one of those women that is gonna find love like unexpectedly. They always do.
Yeah.
They're the ones that friend zone the ones that they really like, and then it'll be like, why can't I find somebody like you?
Uh huh.
I am somebody like me. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
like that's what I feel like. I feel like she is one of those type of girls that is just that. Like it's kind of like it's gonna hit her sideways. She's not gonna know like she's gonna just gonna be like, dang, like I really
Well,
like this
that's what
dude out of
happened to
nowhere.
me,
So
to be honest, because I friend zone everybody. Everybody I know is in the friend zone. Like, and then all of a sudden it just like crept on me. Like the guy that I was seeing I was never gonna date him. I accidentally swiped on him, not realizing that he wanted sex or just sex and not a relationship. And I was ready for a relationship. We just started shooting the shit and like started talking and like being funny and stuff like that. And it happened on accident, complete accident. That's why I call him my accident. And then after that, it just progressed to like almost a relationship, you know? And it's just like, wow, like that wasn't supposed to happen. None of that was.
and that's the way it happens. That's what I'm saying. And that's the reason why more coworkers are together because you start to getting know your coworker, and you're like, I would have never looked your way, you know. I would have never looked your way before, but you're just so funny, or you're just so this, and
Mm-hmm.
oh, I like the way that he takes care of this. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why coworkers they get together because of them being together for so long that's what they do. Do you know? So like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the way. I feel like that's what would happen to that lady because like, you could just tell like just the way she looked like she was real materialistic, and that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
she's like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she already knew like trying to be like it was gonna be controversial. A lot of people are not gonna like this. Like, no, you're just trying. This is it's rage bait and whatever. Like I said, everything is transactional nowadays. If you want to be a prostitute, just be a prostitute. Just say like, hey, this is what it's gonna cost me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. Why would I spend $250 on a meal if I could just give you $250 right now? You know what I'm saying? Now,
But to be
$250
honest,
wild, so
some
but
women are actually doing that. On dating sites, I was actually told by many men that women are just sending, like, they'll start talking to you for a second and then they'll start sending menus. And it's a menu, and I'm like, a menu? And they're like, yeah, it's a menu of all of her prices and all of the things she'll do with you or to you.
I
But
think
it's all a price.
growing up, like I always thought was like paying for it is like the unmanliest thing you can do. You know, you listen to all these rap songs, and I'm still with it. I've never paid for it. I would never. Oh, I'm not gonna say never. Some things happen, but I'm saying like the older you get, the more you realize that like if I just pay for this, I mean, I would never pay more than $40 because that's the going rate. But like, if I just do the $40 right now, just right now, and I don't have to fucking spit no game or nothing, and I just give you $40 and then we're done and that's it. Then okay, let's do that. Like it just that's like the lazy thing to do, but it doesn't like whenever you're older, it's pretty enticing. It's pretty enticing.
Yeah, for like a night, I get it.
Exactly. So where's the menu? Who has the menu?
Mhm.
We need to find a menu. I want to see the menu. I want to post it on the show. I want to see what somebody is willing to pay. Cause yeah, I make the joke about the $40 because the $40 is always the ongoing joke, the ongoing rate. But at the same time, like, what are people actually paying?
Get on a dating site. They'll
Do I
message
look?
you
I
there.
look desperate. I look desperate to you.
Well, no, I'm
I
not
just
anymore, but
said.
I
I
was.
just said I'm not stable enough for that shit.
No, I'm saying if you want the menu.
If I get on a website, I'm like I said, I'm not paying for shit.
That's when you just say
I'm
no.
not paying for it. I'm not driving for it. Which brings us to
Mm.
this last one that I wanted to show here. Let me find that here because the question the question is how far is too far to drive for sex? This says off the record is this too long to drive and it's 49 minutes. Two-part question for you right now.
46 minutes.
Two-part question.
Okay.
One. First of all, what do you think is too far? And second, what's the far? Okay, I guess it's a three-part question because to the answer this question, and then the next one is what's the farthest you ever drove for some, and what's the farthest somebody's ever drove for you?
Okay. So the farthest someone has driven for me, let's see here. I don't really know how many miles it is on the map, but it's pretty far. Um, okay. Well, let's just I'm gonna answer mine
And
first.
when before you answer, just sex. It's not to go have a good time, not to meet a girlfriend or a boyfriend, not for a whole weekend. Just strictly like, hey, I'm gonna go over there. We fucking and I'm leaving.
Oh, so you don't spend the night. You don't just like
You
spend
could
the night
probably
there.
spend. I mean, you could probably spend the
Because I've
night.
spent the night because
I
I was
mean, you
trying
could
to.
probably if it's gonna be far enough. Sometimes you're gonna spend the night to be like, hey, I'm not driving however far, and then not gonna spend the night. But I'm talking about like, but it's just strictly sex. It's not like you're gonna go and y'all gonna go to fucking some bougie ass place or gonna have drinks. No, you just going like, hey, be here at 11, no draws.
Like around 40-ish miles, like between 40 and 46, like around the same mileage. It's like an hour or a little over an hour is kind of like my max. Like, and that's because I really wanted it that night. But um no, I mean, I only drive to people because people can't come here. I don't really like people here. I don't want anybody near my house. I don't want to deal with that. There is one person that would come here, which is driving about, he drove about like between 50 and 55 miles to come here just for that, a few times. And we stayed in a hotel, but like, um, no, I'm not going too far. Like an hour and a half is a little too far, unless it's traffic.
Hour and
But
a
then I
half is
wouldn't go
wild.
during traffic, so I don't know.
Hour and a half is fucking wild. I've drove an hour and a half, but not for just. I knew I was gonna get it, but we were gonna have a good weekend. We were gonna go out. We were gonna go have some drinks. We were gonna go have some fun. I'm gonna go date. Probably we'll probably fucking get in the hotel, all that shit. But like, just for straight sex, hour and a half is wild as fuck.
Well, your friends too.
My
I
friends
don't just
what?
hit random people up and be like, "Oh, let's have sex." No, it's someone that I have already had sex with, or I'm gonna like
What?
do
You're
it.
horny. You're horny right now. The best person you've ever had sex with calls you up right now and says, "Hey, I need some, but please come right now." And it's an hour and a half away. But he says you have to leave also by 2 o'clock in the morning because, so let's just say it's 9 or 10. And they're like, you have to leave by 2 o'clock in the morning because I have to go work as well. So are you driving an hour and a half for dick? And it's the best you've ever had. It's been a while that you've had it. You're fucking driving it.
I know who
You're
you're thinking
fucking
about.
driving.
Yeah, I know who you're
I'm not
thinking
even thinking about that, but yeah. And it's
I
funny. Is
did
that
do
is
that.
that how
I
far is
did.
that how far it is?
It's like like about an hour ish, around
See,
an
but
hour.
say,
Could be a little
but I'm
more,
just saying, like,
a little less.
you say I knew her. I wasn't talking about anybody. So obviously you already had somebody in your mind. So I'm just saying, like, as far as just straight sex, so that's what I'm saying. So that's the farthest you drove is to his house,
No, I've driven further one time, but I didn't like the guy at all.
but you fucked.
Yeah. But then I went
It's
home.
because what does liking him have to? That has nothing to do with the equation. That has
Oh, because
nothing to do with the equation.
I
The
don't
question
know
was
why I
just
thought
fucking, and that's it. Regardless
that.
if it was good fucking or not, the question was that.
Well, because
It
I
was
was
just
hoping to like him. I was hoping to like, like see him again, but I didn't like him, so that wasn't gonna happen again. But I did drive to this person's house this other person's house that we were talking about before, and like I said, it's like around an hour, and then I did have to leave. It was like one night I did have to leave because he had to do something, and like so I left at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And it was like an hour back. I was so tired. So I'm not gonna do that again. I already told him too. I was just like, dude, I'm never leaving your house in the middle of the night again. That shit sucked. Maybe I will.
it's gonna happen again.
Wow.
I think 45 minutes is the mark. I think that's the mark. I'm like there are girls that like I think that are in different cities that that I've always like considered before that. But even like flying is kind of like one of those things that like am I really gonna fly to fucking wherever the fucking. But at the same time, if it's a whole weekend, I'm gonna make a whole weekend out of it. And we're gonna have some fucking fun. Do you know what I mean? So, but like just for straight sex, like just like I think 45 minutes is even kind of far because that's an hour and a half of driving. You have to drive there and then drive back, and it's kind of like
If you don't
I
sleep over, if you sleep over, it's not a big deal.
I ain't sleeping over. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Like I can't do it. I'll wake up like fuck, I gotta go. Do you
Well,
know
it's
what I
because
mean?
I
Like,
drink, and I don't want to drink and drive
well, yeah,
that far.
that I understand. So, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just think that like I think what you have to do. I think what you have to do is rub one out yourself. You have to pleasure yourself first. And whenever you're done, you have to think to yourself, do you still want to go? The answer 8 times, 9 times out of 10 is going to be no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. 45 minutes is easy to say yes to. But at the same time, 45 minutes where you live, and now even here in Dallas, 45 minutes is not that far away. 45 minutes because you're still in the same city. I don't think it's really about time as much as it is about like what, because like if like where I used to live, 45 minutes was a whole other like town, a whole other you know what I'm saying, like you weren't even in the same vicinity anymore. But like I am now 45 minutes in the metroplex here. You're still in the metroplex in 45 minutes, so like you're just you know what I mean. So like it's kind of like I don't know why that makes a difference to me, but I feel like that makes a difference to me. Like I feel like doing the whole like being in the same area kind of like makes sense, and I don't know why it does, but it does. But get that post nut clarity.
Yeah,
Come to your senses and tell
literally.
yourself and ask yourself, do you still want to go? If the answer is yes, you're a wild boy. You're wild as fuck. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same for women though. I don't know if it's the same with women. Like if you've nutted one time, you're just like, okay, I don't want to go. I feel like women be like, no, now I really want to go. No,
No, because then I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to then. Because I know I already made myself feel good, so I'm kind of like over it at that point. So I'm like, okay. And I've done that many times where I'm just like, okay, well, let me see how I make myself feel, and then we'll go from there. See if I
that's what
still
I'm
want
saying. That's what I'm saying. I
to
also think the part of the question is also how old you are. 21-year-old Marco would have drove 2 hours for some pussy. He would have. He would have drove 2 hours, 5 minutes, and left. Do you know what I'm saying?
go. Yeah.
Like young people are gonna do more because you're young.
Hmm.
And now that why are we like this now? Now we're like, man, shit ain't worth it. Am I gonna get some money? Are we gonna have some fun? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think we're basing it off of just like the sex, 'cause that's all we're talking about. But if we're basing it off of fun, okay, yeah, let's go have a weekend. Let's go eat dinner. Let's go play some games. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's do
That's
something.
true, though, because the guy that drove over 50 miles to see me was very young. He was 23. So I'm
So
almost
I'm
40.
saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna do it. That's what I mean. And then
Mhm.
you know how many times that I've gone and I've drove that far and just to be disappointed. Like you learn that as a kid, you're just like, man, I really came over here and she said no. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
I came all the way over here and this said she was on a period. Like you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like why would she do that? You know what I mean? It's why are we like this now? And it's what they've done. It's what they've done to us and how they've done it to us. And that's why we like this.
This is why. Hmm.
And this is why every week we talk about these things. This is why we can say these things and we laugh and for 10 weeks we've just been going after it. So
Yay.
there's bigger things coming. We're still gonna be here next week and the week
Hmm.
after and the week after and the week after, Lord willing.
Yes.
We're gonna be here. I am Marco, aka DeMarco. This is my lovely co-host Kayla. This is another week, another episode. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace.
Why are we like this now? Gonna figure it out with a pow, pow, pow. DeMarco and Kayla taking the bow. Join us on the journey, we'll show you how.